child, I know you feel the weight of the world pressing down on you. I see the worries that flood your heart, the fears that keep you awake at night, and the doubts that sometimes whisper louder than your faith. But I am here, closer than you think, and I want you to know that every moment of your life is held securely in my hands. I created you with purpose, and no part of your journey is by accident. Trust in me, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. It's easy to get lost in the trials of today and forget that I am the same God who has carried you through every hardship before. The moments when you felt alone, when you wondered if anyone understood your pain, I was there. When you cried out for help, even when you didn't have the words, I heard you. Every tear, every prayer, every sigh has reached my heart, and I have never turned away from you. My child, I am always working behind the scenes even when you can't see it. You are precious to me. Before you were born, I knew you. I formed you in your mother's womb, and I have numbered the hairs on your head. You are not a mistake. You are my masterpiece, created in my image, and everything I have placed in you is for a reason. You may not understand why things happen the way they do, but remember, my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are higher than your ways. I see the full picture, the masterpiece of your life, and I am weaving together every detail for your good. Do not fear, for I am with you. Fear is a powerful emotion, but it is not from me. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. When fear comes knocking, remind yourself that I am the God of all creation, and I am in control. You do not have to face this world alone, for I am your ever-present help in times of trouble. Even when the storms rage around you, I am your anchor, and I will hold you steady. When doubt creeps in, know that I understand. Many of my servants before you have doubted too, but I was faithful to them just as I will be faithful to you. Remember Moses, who doubted his ability to lead my people out of Egypt. He felt inadequate and unworthy, but I chose him not for his strength, but for mine. I do not call the equipped, I equip the called. Moses led my people through the Red Sea, not by his own power, but by trusting in my strength. I will do the same for you. When you feel overwhelmed, when the road ahead seems impossible, trust that I am making a way even when you cannot see it. Do not be discouraged by your circumstances. I am not limited by the obstacles you face. Just as I provided for my people in the wilderness, I will provide for you. When they were hungry, I gave them manna from heaven. When they were thirsty, I brought water from a rock. I will meet your needs in ways you cannot even imagine. Trust in me and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge me, and I will make your paths straight. You may feel like you are walking through a season of uncertainty, but remember that I am the God who parts the seas. When Joshua stood before the Jordan River, he didn't know how he would cross it, but he trusted me. And just as I made a way for him, I will make a way for you. You do not have to have all the answers. All you need to do is trust me, and I will guide you every step of the way. There is nothing you face that is too big for me. I am greater than your fears, greater than your doubts, greater than the challenges before you. I am the God who created the heavens and the earth, and there is nothing impossible for me. When you feel weak, remember that my power is made perfect in weakness. I do not need your strength, I need your trust. When you rely on me, I will give you the strength to do what you could never do on your own. Look to the example of David, a young shepherd boy who faced a giant far bigger than him. David didn't rely on his own strength or skill, he trusted in me. And with a simple stone, he defeated Goliath because he knew that the battle was mine, not his. In the same way, the battles you face are not yours to fight alone. Give them to me and I will fight for you. I am your shield, your protector, your strong tower. You can run to me and find safety in my arms. The world may try to tell you that you are not enough, that you are weak, that you are insignificant, but those are lies. You are my beloved child, and I have placed within you everything you need to fulfill your purpose. You are more than a conqueror through Christ who strengthens you. Do not listen to the voices of doubt, but listen to my voice, the voice of truth. I am for you, and if I am for you, who can be against you? Your life has meaning because I have given it meaning. I have set you apart for a purpose that only you can fulfill. It may not always be clear to you, but trust that I am guiding you. Every step you take, even the ones that seem insignificant, are part of my plan. Trust that I am working all things together for your good. Even the difficult moments, the ones that test your faith, are shaping you into the person I created you to be. Remember Joseph, who was betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. He spent years in a foreign land, falsely accused and imprisoned, yet he never lost faith in me. And in my perfect timing, I raised him up to a position of power, where he was able to save many lives. What others meant for evil I use for good. In the same way, I am working in your life even when you cannot see it. What may seem like a setback is often a setup for something greater. My child, I know that waiting is hard. I know that you long for answers, for solutions, for the fulfillment of promises. But trust in my timing. For I make everything beautiful in its time. Just as I kept my promises to Abraham, I will keep my promises to you. Abraham waited many years for the child I had promised him, but he did not waver in unbelief. He trusted me even when the circumstances seemed impossible, and I fulfilled my word. In your own life you may feel like the waiting is too long, like the promise is too far away, but know this: I am never late. My timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with your expectations. Every delay is a part of the process I am using to prepare you for what I have in store. When you feel discouraged, look to my word for comfort. The scriptures are filled with stories of people who faced trials, delays, and hardships but who experienced my faithfulness in the end. Remember Joseph's years in prison, David's time hiding from Saul, and the Israelites' journey through the wilderness. None of these seasons were wasted. Each trial built strength, perseverance, and character in my people, preparing them for the blessings and victories I had planned. In the same way, your current season is not wasted. I am using it to refine you, to build in you the faith and endurance you need for the next part of your journey. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to me. And my peace, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Anxiety is not your burden to carry. I have promised to carry your burdens if you will lay them at my feet. You were never meant to walk this journey alone, burdened by the cares of the world. Cast your cares on me, for I care for you. I am your shepherd, and I will lead you to green pastures and still waters. I will restore your soul. In moments of uncertainty, remember that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change, and my love for you does not waver. Even when you feel unworthy, even when you stumble and fall, I am still here, ready to lift you up. Nothing can separate you from my love, not height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. You are mine, and nothing can snatch you out of my hand. I know that you sometimes feel overwhelmed by the weight of your responsibilities, by the expectations of others, and by the demands of life. But remember, I am your source of strength. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. You do not have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Let me carry it for you. There will be days when you feel like you are not enough, when you feel like you've failed, when you question your worth. In those moments, remember this: I do not see you as the world sees you. The world measures worth by achievements, status, and appearance, but I look at the heart. You are valuable because I created you in my image. You are loved because I have chosen you and called you by name. Do not allow the lies of the enemy to tell you that you are anything less than my beloved child. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and I delight in you. Look at the lilies of the field. They do not labor or spin, yet not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If I clothe the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, how much more will I clothe you? Do not worry about your life, about what you will eat or drink, or about what you will wear. Your heavenly Father knows that you need these things. Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. I will provide for your every need, just as I have always done. When you face trials of many kinds, consider it pure joy, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Every trial you face is an opportunity for growth. I am refining you, shaping you into the person I created you to be. Do not resist the process, for I am working all things together for your good. Even in the midst of pain, I am with you and I will never leave you or forsake you. You may wonder why I allow you to go through difficult times, why I don't simply remove the obstacles in your path. But my child, it is through these challenges that your faith is strengthened. Just as a tree's roots grow deeper when the wind blows, so too does your faith grow stronger in the storms of life. I am with you in the storm and I will bring you through it. You will come out on the other side stronger, more resilient, and with a deeper trust in me. Remember the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who were thrown into the fiery furnace because they refused to bow down to a false god. The fire was hot and the situation seemed hopeless, but I was with them in the fire. Not a hair on their heads was singed, and they came out of the furnace unharmed. In the same way, I am with you in the fires of life. The flames may seem fierce, but they will not consume you, for I am your protector. I will bring you through the fire, and you will not be burned. When you face battles, remember that you are not fighting alone. The battle is mine, not yours. I am the Lord of hosts, the God who commands the armies of heaven, and I will fight for you. You need only to be still and trust in me. I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore do not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. I am your fortress and you are safe in my arms. You may not always understand why things happen the way they do. My ways are higher than your ways and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. But know this, I am good and my plans for you are good. Even when life doesn't make sense, even when the road ahead seems dark, trust that I am leading you. I will never lead you into a place where my grace cannot sustain you. I will never lead you into a place where my grace cannot sustain you. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. When you feel like you've reached the end of your strength, that is when I step in to show you my strength. Do not rely on your own understanding, for your understanding is limited. Trust in me with all your heart, and I will direct your paths. I see the end from the beginning, and I am working all things according to my divine purpose. You may look at the challenges ahead and wonder how you will make it through, but I am the God who goes before you. Just as I went before the Israelites in a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, I go before you to prepare the way. You are never alone, not for a moment. I am not only with you, but I am also ahead of you, clearing the path and making a way where there seems to be no way. When the journey feels long, remember that I am with you every step of the way. I will never leave you and I will never forsake you. In your moments of doubt, remember the story of Peter walking on water. When Peter kept his eyes on me, he was able to walk on the waves. But when he looked at the wind and the waves, he began to sink. The same is true for you. When your focus is on me, you will find the strength to do things you never thought possible. But when you fix your eyes on the circumstances, on the challenges and the fears, you will begin to sink. Keep your eyes on me and I will lift you above the waves. I am the one who calms the storm and I can calm the storms in your life as well. Even when you feel like you are sinking, I am there to reach out my hand and pull you back up. Peter cried out to me, "Lord, save me," and immediately I reached out my hand to save him. I will do the same for you. No matter how far you feel you've fallen, no matter how deep the waters seem, my hand is never too short to save. Call out to me and I will rescue you. I am your Savior, your Redeemer, and I delight in showing you mercy. My love for you is unchanging, and my mercy is new every morning. There is nothing you can do to make me love you less. My love for you is not based on your performance, your achievements, or your failures. It is based on who I am, and I am love. I loved you before you were born, and I will love you for all eternity. Nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Not your past, not your mistakes, not your fears. My love is constant, and it is the foundation upon which your life can stand. When the world around you shifts and changes, my love remains steady and sure. In the same way that I loved my people in the past, I love you now. Look at the story of Ruth, a foreigner who lost everything, but who trusted in me and followed the path I set before her. Ruth didn't know what the future held, but she trusted me, and I led her to a new life filled with purpose and blessing. She became part of the lineage of my son Jesus Christ because of her faithfulness. Your story too is filled with purpose. Even when it seems like you are walking through loss or uncertainty, I am leading you to a future filled with hope and promise. Do not let the fear of the unknown keep you from stepping into the future I have for you. I have not given you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind. Fear will try to paralyze you, but my love casts out fear. When you are afraid, run to me. I am your refuge, your hiding place, and I will protect you. You do not have to face your fears alone, for I am with you. I am the God who goes before you and the God who surrounds you with my love. When you face situations that seem impossible, remember that I am the God of the impossible. I parted the Red Sea for my people to cross on dry ground. I made the walls of Jericho fall at the sound of a trumpet. I fed thousands with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Nothing is too hard for me. What seems impossible to you is possible with me. Trust in my power, not in your own abilities. I will provide a way even when there seems to be no way. I am the way, the truth, and the life, and I will guide you along the path I have prepared for you. Do not let the opinions of others define you. The world may try to tell you who you are, but only I can define you. You are my beloved child, and I have called you by name. You are chosen, redeemed, and set apart for my purposes. Do not seek the approval of man, for the approval of man is fleeting and unreliable. Seek my approval, for I know your heart, and I see the plans I have for you. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone, for you are already worthy in my eyes. When the world tries to tell you that you are not enough, remember that I am the one who defines your worth. You are enough because I am enough. I created you with intention and purpose, and I have placed my spirit within you. You have all that you need because I am with you. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. You are not alone in this journey, for I am your constant companion, your guide, and your friend. Look to the story of Esther, a young woman who was placed in a position of influence for such a time as this. Esther didn't know the full plan, but she trusted in me and was willing to step out in faith. Through her courage and obedience, I was able to save an entire nation. Your life, too, has a purpose that you may not fully understand right now, but trust that I am working through you in ways you cannot see. You are here for such a time as this, and I have placed you exactly where you need to be. You may feel like you don't have the strength to face the challenges before you, but I am your strength. When you are weak, I am strong. When you feel like you can't take another step, I will carry you. My grace will sustain you, and my power will enable you to do more than you ever thought possible. You are not walking this path alone. I am with you, and I will never leave you or forsake you. When the enemy comes against you, remember that you are covered by my protection. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment will be condemned. I am your shield, your fortress, and your deliverer. The enemy may try to sow seeds of doubt, fear, and discouragement in your heart, but I have given you the armor of God to stand firm. I have given you the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is my word. With these, you are fully equipped to stand against the schemes of the enemy. When the enemy whispers lies into your ear, telling you that you are not enough, that you are alone, or that you cannot succeed, remember the truth of my word. You are more than a conqueror through Christ who loves you. You are chosen, redeemed, and empowered by my Spirit. The victory has already been won through my Son, Jesus Christ. Remember the story of David, a young shepherd boy who faced a giant named Goliath. David's strength did not come from his own abilities or weapons, but from his faith in me. While others trembled in fear, David trusted in my power and declared that the battle was mine. With a single stone and my guidance, David defeated Goliath. In the same way, no matter how large the giants in your life may seem, they are no match for my power. Trust in me and I will give you the victory. Do not be intimidated by the size of the obstacles before you, for I am greater than any challenge you face. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that I am your source of peace. My peace is not like the world's peace, which is temporary and dependent on circumstances. My peace transcends all understanding and is available to you in every situation. I am the Prince of Peace, and I offer you rest for your soul. Come to me with your burdens, your worries, and your fears, and I will give you rest. Take time to be still in my presence, to quiet your heart and to listen to my voice. In the stillness, you will find the peace you need to face whatever comes your way. Do not be afraid to ask for help. I have placed people in your life to support and encourage you on your journey. Just as I sent Aaron to support Moses and Jonathan to encourage David, I have provided you with a community of believers who will walk with you through the ups and downs of life. You are not meant to go through life alone. I created you for relationship, both with me and with others. Lean on those I have placed around you, and do not hesitate to ask for prayer, guidance, and support. In times of need, my church will be a refuge for you, a place where you can find strength and encouragement. When you feel inadequate, remember that I have chosen you for a purpose. I did not call you because you are perfect, but because I am perfect. I do not require perfection from you, I require a willing heart. Look at Moses, who doubted his ability to speak, yet I used him to lead my people out of Egypt. Look at Gideon, who considered himself the least of his family, yet I used him to defeat the Midianites. Look at the disciples, who were ordinary men, yet I empowered them to spread the gospel to the ends of the earth. I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. Trust that I will give you everything you need to fulfill the purpose I have for you. My grace will empower you, my spirit will guide you, and my word will be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. When you feel unsure of the next step, seek me and I will make your path clear. I am your guide, your counselor, and your teacher. As you walk with me, I will reveal my plans to you step by step. Do not be anxious about the future, for I hold your future in my hands. Rest in the assurance that my plans for you are good. In moments when you feel like giving up, remember that perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. The journey may be long and the road may be difficult, but every step you take in faith is drawing you closer to the fulfillment of my promises. I am with you in the waiting, in the struggle, and in the breakthrough. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. I am your strength when you are weak, and I will sustain you through every trial. Think of Paul, who endured shipwrecks, beatings, and imprisonment for the sake of the gospel. Despite his hardships, Paul remained steadfast in his faith, declaring, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." That same strength is available to you. No matter what trials you face, you can endure them through the strength I provide. You are not defined by your circumstances but by your faith in me. Your identity is found in Christ, and through Him, you are more than a conqueror. When the weight of the world feels heavy on your shoulders, remember my invitation. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. You do not have to carry your burdens alone. Lay them at my feet, and I will give you the rest your soul longs for. I am your refuge and your strength, your ever-present help in times of trouble. In my presence you will find fullness of joy, and at my right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. Know that nothing in your life is wasted. Every trial, every hardship, and every moment of uncertainty is being used to shape you into the person I created you to be. I am the potter and you are the clay. Even when life feels difficult, trust that I am molding and refining you for my purposes. What the enemy meant for evil I will use for good. Every setback is an opportunity for a greater comeback. Every challenge is a chance for you to grow in faith and trust in me. Do not despise the small beginnings. The seeds you are planting today will bear fruit in due time. Be patient and steadfast, for I am the Lord of the harvest. Just as a farmer waits for the crops to grow, so too must you wait for the harvest of blessings I have prepared for you. In the waiting, I am teaching you to trust me, to rely on my strength, and to rest in my promises. When you look at the mountains ahead, remember that faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. You may feel that your faith is small, but even the smallest faith placed in me is powerful. Speak to the mountains in your life and they will be moved. Do not be discouraged if the mountains do not move immediately, for I am working in ways you cannot see. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep declaring my promises. I am the God who moves mountains, and I will make a way for you. There will be times when you feel like you are in the wilderness, wandering without direction or purpose. But know this: the wilderness is not a place of punishment, but a place of preparation. Just as I led the Israelites through the wilderness to prepare them for the promised land, I am leading you through this season to prepare you for what lies ahead. The wilderness is a place where I draw you closer to me, where I teach you to rely on my provision and my guidance. It is in the wilderness that your faith is tested and strengthened. When you come through the wilderness, you will enter the promised land I have prepared for you. You will see my faithfulness in ways you never imagined. You will look back and see how every step, every trial, and every delay was part of my perfect plan. You will see how I used the wilderness to shape you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the blessings that are to come. Trust in me, for I am faithful to fulfill every promise I have made to you. Continue to walk in faith, knowing that I am with you every step of the way. My love for you is constant, my grace is sufficient, and my plans for you are good. You are my beloved, and I will never let you go. Trust in me, for I am working all things together for your good. I am the God who sees you, who knows every part of your heart, every fear, every hope, and every dream. I formed you in your mother's womb, and I have been with you every day of your life. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. When the way forward seems unclear, trust that I see the path ahead. Even when you cannot see the full picture, know that I am painting a masterpiece. I am the author of your story, and I have written each chapter with purpose. There is nothing in your life that escapes my notice. When you cry out to me, I hear you. When you feel lost, I am your guide. When you feel weak, I am your strength. I am intimately involved in every detail of your life, even the parts that seem small or insignificant. Nothing is too small to bring to me. I care about the sparrows, and I care about you even more. Cast all your cares on me, for I care for you. When you surrender your worries, fears, and burdens to me, you will find peace that surpasses all understanding. Look to the story of Joseph, a man who faced betrayal, imprisonment, and years of waiting. Yet through it all, I was with him, working behind the scenes to fulfill my plan. What seemed like setbacks were actually setups for something greater. In the end, Joseph rose to a position of authority and was able to save his family and many others. Just as I worked in Joseph's life, I am working in yours. The delays, the hardships, and the challenges are not the end of your story. They are part of the journey that is leading you to a greater purpose. You may not always understand my ways, but trust that my ways are higher than your ways and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. I see the bigger picture, the one that you cannot yet see. What may seem like a delay or a detour is actually part of the divine plan I have for you. Do not be discouraged when things don't go according to your timeline. I am never late, and I am never in a hurry. My timing is perfect, and I will fulfill every promise at the appointed time. Remember Abraham, who waited many years for the promise of a son. Even in his old age, I fulfilled my word to him and gave him Isaac. What seemed impossible became possible because of faith. You too may have promises you are waiting on, dreams that seem delayed, but know that I am faithful. My promises are yes and amen, and I will not fail you. Wait on me, and in due season, you will reap the harvest of the seeds you have sown in faith. I am not only the God of the destination but also the God of the journey. Every step you take with me is meaningful, even when the road seems long. I am teaching you, growing you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Trust that every season has a purpose, even the difficult ones. I am with you in the valley, and I am with you on the mountaintop. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. You can rely on my unchanging nature and my steadfast love. When you feel overwhelmed by the weight of life, remember my promise. Be still and know that I am God. In the stillness you will find my peace. In the quiet moments you will hear my voice. I am not far from you, I am near, closer than your next breath. You do not have to strive or struggle to find me, for I am already with you. Rest in my presence and let my love fill your heart. In the stillness I will renew your strength, and you will rise on wings like eagles. You are not defined by your failures or your past. You are defined by who I say you are. You are a new creation in Christ. The old has passed away and the new has come. Do not let the enemy remind you of your past mistakes, for I have forgiven you and washed you clean. As far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions from you. You are clothed in righteousness because of my Son Jesus. Walk in the freedom that comes from knowing you are forgiven, loved, and accepted by me. Look at the story of the prodigal son, who strayed far from home but was welcomed back with open arms. No matter how far you feel you have drifted, my arms are always open to you. I am waiting for you with love and compassion. You do not have to earn my love, it is freely given. Come to me and I will embrace you as my beloved child. There is nothing you can do to separate yourself from my love. I am always ready to forgive, restore, and redeem. Just as the Father in the story celebrated his Son's return, all of heaven rejoices when you turn to me. When you feel unworthy or inadequate, remember that I chose you before the foundation of the world. I have called you by name and you are mine. You do not have to prove your worth to me, for you are already loved beyond measure. I loved you while you were still a sinner, and my love for you has never wavered. You are my masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which I prepared in advance for you to do. Walk in the confidence that comes from knowing you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Do not be afraid to step out in faith. I am with you, and I will equip you for every good work I have called you to do. Just as I empowered the apostles to spread the gospel and perform miracles, I will empower you by my Spirit. You are not limited by your own abilities, for my power is at work within you. When you step out in faith, you will see my hand move in ways you never imagined. Do not let fear hold you back from the plans I have for you. Be bold and courageous, for I am with you wherever you go. There will be times when the path I lead you on may not make sense to you. You may question why certain things happen or why certain doors remain closed. But trust that I am guiding you according to my perfect wisdom. I see what you cannot see and I know what you do not know. When you encounter closed doors, remember that I am redirecting you to something better. What may seem like a disappointment is often a divine appointment in disguise. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when you cannot see the full picture. Consider the story of Job, a man who faced immense suffering and loss. Yet even in the midst of his trials, Job held on to his faith in me. In the end, I restored everything he had lost and blessed him even more than before. Job's story is a reminder that I am always at work, even in the darkest moments of your life. I am the God who restores, heals, and redeems. When you walk through seasons of pain, know that I am with you and I will bring beauty from the ashes. In every trial, I am refining you like gold in the fire. The process may be painful, but the result is a faith that is strong and unshakable. I am removing the impurities, the doubts, and the fears, and I am molding you into the person I created you to be. Trust in the process, for I am the master craftsman, and I am creating something beautiful in you. When you come through the fire, you will be stronger, more resilient, and more dependent on me. Do not be discouraged by the trials you face. They are temporary, but the work I am doing in you is eternal. Your present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in you. Hold on to the hope that I have given you, for I am faithful to complete the work I have begun in you. I am with you in the fire, just as I was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace. The flames will not consume you, for I am your protector. Continue to trust in my plan, for it is good, and it is leading you to a future filled with hope. You are not walking this path alone. I am with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and loving you. When you feel like you are in the wilderness, remember that the wilderness is a place of preparation. Just as I led the Israelites through the wilderness to prepare them for the promised land, I am preparing you for the blessings that lie ahead. The wilderness is not a place of punishment, but a place of growth. It is in the wilderness that you learn to rely on me, to trust in my provision, and to walk by faith. The wilderness is temporary, but the lessons you learn there will last a lifetime. As you walk through the wilderness, know that I am providing for you every step of the way. Just as I provided manna from heaven for the Israelites, I will provide for your needs. I am the God who supplies all your needs according to my riches and glory. You may not always have everything you want, but you will always have everything you need. Trust that I am your provider and that I will never leave you lacking. I am the God who gives good gifts to my children, and I will not withhold anything good from you. When you look to the future and feel uncertain, remember that I am already there. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I hold the future in my hands and nothing takes me by surprise. You do not have to fear the unknown, for I am with you, guiding you every step of the way. Trust that I am leading you into a future filled with hope, purpose, and my presence. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. These are not just words, they are promises written in the fabric of eternity. Before you were born, I saw your life and I knew every moment that would shape you. My plans for you are good, and they are unfolding in ways you may not always understand. But trust me, for I see the end from the beginning. What may seem like a delay or a detour is often part of my greater plan, a plan that is filled with blessings and breakthroughs. Think of Moses, a man who was destined for greatness but spent 40 years in the wilderness. To the world, it may have seemed like Moses was forgotten, but I was preparing him for something greater. In the wilderness, I shaped his character, strengthened his faith, and prepared him to lead my people out of Egypt. The wilderness seasons in your life are not wasted, they are seasons of preparation. I am shaping you, refining you, and equipping you for the purposes I have for you. Trust in the process, for I am the master potter and you are the clay. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, I am at work. Seeds planted in faith take time to grow, but in due season they will produce a harvest. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. I see every act of faith, every prayer, every step of obedience. Nothing goes unnoticed. Your faithfulness is not in vain, for I am faithful to reward those who diligently seek me. Continue to walk in faith, knowing that I am the God who brings forth the harvest in its time. Remember David, a shepherd boy who was anointed to be king. He spent years tending sheep before he ever sat on the throne. Yet in those years of waiting, I was preparing him. David learned to trust me in the wilderness, to rely on my strength in the face of danger, and to worship me in the quiet moments. When the time came, he was ready to fulfill the purpose I had for him. Just as I prepared David, I am preparing you. The waiting is not a delay but a time of preparation. Trust that I am equipping you for the purpose I have set before you. When you face challenges, do not be discouraged, for they are opportunities for me to demonstrate my power in your life. Just as I parted the Red Sea for the Israelites, I will make a way where there seems to be no way. I am the God who moves mountains, who opens doors that no one can shut, and who brings the dead to life. There is nothing too hard for me. Whatever challenges you face, bring them to me, for I am your deliverer. I will fight for you, you need only to be still. I know the fears that weigh on your heart, the doubts that whisper in your ear. But I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Fear does not come from me. When you feel afraid, turn to me and I will give you peace. My perfect love casts out all fear. You do not have to be afraid of what lies ahead, for I am already there. I have gone before you and I am with you. Trust that I will guide you through every uncertainty, every unknown, every challenge. Look to the story of Esther, a young woman who faced great fear when she was called to stand up for her people. In the face of danger, she chose to trust me and step out in faith. For such a time as this, I placed her in a position of influence to save her people. Just as I placed Esther in her time and place for a specific purpose, I have placed you where you are for a reason. You are not here by accident. I have called you, and I have equipped you for the purpose I have for you. When you feel inadequate, remember that I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. My power is made perfect in weakness. You may feel like you don't have what it takes, but I am the one who will give you the strength, the wisdom, and the courage you need. Just as I was with Esther, I am with you. Trust that I will give you the words to say, the steps to take, and the strength to carry out my plan. You are not walking this path alone, I am walking with you every step of the way. There will be moments when the enemy tries to discourage you, to make you believe that you are not enough, that you are not capable. But I want you to remember who you are in me. You are my child, fearfully and wonderfully made. You are chosen, loved, and called according to my purpose. The enemy's lies cannot change the truth of who you are in me. Stand firm in your identity as my beloved, and do not let fear or doubt hold you back from the plans I have for you. Think of Gideon, a man who saw himself as the least in his family, the weakest in his tribe. Yet I called him a mighty warrior and used him to deliver Israel from their enemies. Gideon didn't feel qualified or capable, but I saw in him what he could not see in himself. Just as I called Gideon to be more than he thought possible, I am calling you to step into the fullness of who I created you to be. Do not let fear or self-doubt hold you back, for I am with you, and I will give you everything you need to accomplish what I have called you to do. You are not defined by your past mistakes or failures. In me you are a new creation. The old has passed away and the new has come. I have wiped away your sins and I remember them no more. You are forgiven, redeemed, and made whole by the blood of my Son Jesus. Do not let the enemy remind you of your past, for I have set you free from the chains of guilt and shame. Walk in the freedom that I have given you, knowing that you are a new creation in Christ. Think of Paul, a man who once persecuted my church but was transformed by my grace. Paul's past did not disqualify him from the plans I had for him. In fact, I used his story of redemption to spread the gospel to the nations. Just as I redeemed Paul's past, I can redeem yours. I am the God who makes all things new. Whatever mistakes you have made, whatever regrets you carry, bring them to me, and I will turn them into a testimony of my grace and mercy. You are not bound by your past. In me you have a future filled with hope, purpose, and promise. I am the God of second chances, the God who restores and redeems. No matter where you have been, I can use your story for my glory. I am the God who turns mourning into dancing, who gives beauty for ashes, and who brings joy out of sorrow. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even the parts of your story that seem broken. I am the God who restores what the locusts have eaten, and I will bring beauty out of every broken place. When you feel like giving up, remember that I am your strength. You do not have to rely on your own strength to get through the challenges you face. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in weakness. When you are weak, I am strong. When you feel like you cannot go on, turn to me and I will renew your strength. I will give you the endurance to keep going, the faith to keep believing, and the hope to keep trusting in my plan. You are not alone in this journey, for I am with you and I will never leave you or forsake you. Continue to walk in faith, trusting that I am with you every step of the way. You are my beloved and I delight in you. I have great plans for your life, and I will fulfill every promise I have made to you. Trust in me, for I am the God who keeps his promises, the God who never fails. You are in my hands and nothing can snatch you away from my love. Trust in my plan, for it is good, and it is leading you to a future filled with hope, purpose, and my presence. I know every detail of your life and the purpose I have placed within you. Every moment, from the smallest to the most significant, is part of a divine tapestry. Trust in the process, for nothing is random or without meaning. Even when you cannot see the bigger picture, I am at work behind the scenes, aligning every event according to my perfect will. Your life is moving forward toward fulfillment, and my plan for you is unfolding with precision. You may not understand it all now, but one day, you will see how each moment was part of a greater purpose. The struggles and challenges you face are not meant to break you, but to build you. They refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and deepen your faith. Just as gold is purified in the fire, so too are you being refined by the trials you encounter. These difficulties are not a sign of my absence, but a tool I use to draw you closer to me. In every trial, I am present, providing the strength and grace you need to persevere. I am your sustainer, your protector, and your guide. Do not be discouraged by the obstacles in your path. Instead, see them as opportunities for growth. When you feel weary, remember that my strength is sufficient. I do not ask you to carry the burdens of life on your own. Come to me when you are tired, and I will give you rest. In my presence, you will find peace and refreshment. Lean on me, for I am your refuge. I am the source of your strength, and when you rely on me, you will not falter. I will carry you through the difficulties and give you the endurance to keep moving forward. Your journey is unique, and the path I have for you is unlike anyone else's. Do not compare yourself to others, for I have designed a special purpose just for you. What I have planned for you will come to pass in its time. Comparison will only steal your joy and distract you from the destiny I have prepared. Keep your eyes fixed on me, trusting that I know what is best for you. Your story is unfolding exactly as it should, and every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of my promises. I see your heart and your desires, and I know the dreams you carry within you. Some of those dreams I have placed there as part of the calling I have for your life. Trust that in my timing, those dreams will come to fruition. Do not rush ahead or grow impatient. My timing is perfect, and I will bring about every good thing in its season. Just as the seasons change in nature, so too do the seasons of your life. Be patient and trust that I am working even when you cannot see it. Consider Joseph, who dreamed of greatness but spent years in prison and slavery before his dreams were realized. Through every setback, I was with him, guiding him toward the fulfillment of the vision I gave him. Joseph's journey was not easy, but it was necessary to prepare him for the responsibility and influence he would one day hold. In the same way, I am preparing you for the plans I have. The waiting is not wasted time, but a season of preparation. Trust that I am working all things for your good, even when the path seems unclear. You may not always understand my ways, but I ask you to trust my heart. I am good and everything I do is for your benefit. When you face circumstances that don't make sense, remember that I see what you cannot. My perspective is eternal, and I am weaving together every thread of your life into something beautiful. Trust in my goodness even when you cannot see the outcome. I have your best interest at heart, and I will never lead you astray. When you feel uncertain about the future, know that I am already there. I hold your tomorrow in my hands, and nothing catches me by surprise. I am the God of all time, the beginning and the end. I have already gone before you, preparing the way. You do not need to worry about what lies ahead, for I will guide you. I am your shepherd, and I will lead you beside still waters. Even when you walk through the valley of uncertainty, I will be with you, comforting and directing you every step of the way. Do not let fear dictate your decisions. Fear is a thief that robs you of the peace and joy I have for you. When you feel fear rising within you, turn to me. I will replace your fear with faith, your anxiety with peace. Remember, I have not given you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and self-discipline. You are stronger than you know because I am with you. Do not shrink back in fear but step forward in confidence, knowing that I am guiding you. You are capable of more than you realize. I have placed within you everything you need to fulfill the purpose I have for your life. You do not lack anything, for I am your provider. When you feel weak or inadequate, remember that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I am not asking you to rely on your own ability, but to trust in my power working through you. With me, nothing is impossible. The things you think are beyond your reach are within my power to accomplish. Trust in the process even when it seems slow. Just as a seed must be buried in the ground before it can sprout, so too must some dreams and desires go through a season of hidden growth. You may not see the progress right away, but trust that beneath the surface I am at work. The roots are growing deep, and in time, you will see the fruit of your faithfulness. Do not give up before the harvest comes, for I am faithful to complete the good work I have begun in you. There will be moments when the road ahead seems long, and you may feel like turning back. But I encourage you to press on. Every step you take in faith brings you closer to the fulfillment of what I have promised. The journey may be challenging, but the destination is worth it. Keep moving forward, trusting that I am with you. You are not walking this path alone. I am your strength, your guide, and your constant companion. In the moments of doubt, remember my promises. I have never failed you, and I never will. What I have spoken over your life will come to pass. My word does not return void. It accomplishes what I have set it to do. Hold fast to my promises, even when the evidence around you seems contrary. Faith is not about what you see, it's about trusting in what you know to be true about me. I am faithful, and I will fulfill every promise in its time. You are stronger than the challenges you face because I am with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. When you pass through the waters, they will not overwhelm you. I will be with you in every trial, giving you the strength and courage to overcome. Do not be afraid, for I am your protector, your shield, and your defender. Nothing can harm you when you are in my care. I will never leave you, and I will never forsake you. My presence is constant, my love unchanging. You are my beloved, and I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Rest in my love, trust in my plan, and know that your future is secure in my hands. You are mine, and I am for you. Together, we will walk this journey, and you will see the fulfillment of every promise I have spoken over your life. Trust in me, for I am faithful. I know that sometimes the weight of life can feel overwhelming. There are days when the burdens you carry seem too heavy to bear, and you wonder how you'll find the strength to continue. In those moments, I want you to come to me. Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you. I never intended for you to carry these burdens alone. I am your ever-present help in times of need, and I will give you the strength and peace you need to move forward. There is no problem too great, no pain too deep that I cannot heal. Remember the words of Jesus, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." These words are not just for a distant time, they are for you right now. I see your weariness and I am inviting you to come to me, to rest in my presence. In me you will find the refreshment your soul longs for. Let go of the striving, the endless pursuit of trying to do everything on your own. Rest in me and you will find the peace you seek. The journey of life was never meant to be walked in isolation. I created you for relationship, not only with others but also with me. I long to be a part of every aspect of your life, to walk with you through every joy and sorrow, every triumph and trial. When you include me in your daily life, you will find that the weight of your burdens becomes lighter. My presence brings peace, my guidance brings clarity, and my love brings comfort. You were never meant to navigate this life alone. I am with you always. When you face uncertainty, when you don't know what to do or where to turn, come to me. I am your source of wisdom. I give generously to those who seek me. If any of you lacks wisdom, let them ask of me, and I will give it freely without finding fault. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. My wisdom is available to you, and I will guide you in every decision, every step you need to take. When you seek me, you will find me, and I will direct your path. Consider the story of Solomon, a man who became king at a young age. Faced with the overwhelming responsibility of leading a nation, Solomon didn't rely on his own understanding. Instead, he came to me asking for wisdom to lead my people. And I gave him more than he asked for. I granted him wisdom, and with it came riches, honor, and peace. In the same way, when you seek my wisdom, I will provide it abundantly, and I will give you all that you need to succeed in the calling I have placed on your life. You are not defined by your circumstances or your struggles. You are defined by who you are in me. You are my child, loved beyond measure, and I have a plan for your life that is greater than anything you can imagine. Don't let the trials of life steal your identity or cause you to forget who you are. In me you are more than a conqueror. You are victorious not because of your own strength but because of my power at work in you. Do not let the challenges of life diminish your sense of worth or your faith in my promises. Think of Peter, one of my disciples. Though he walked closely with Jesus, there were moments when fear and doubt caused him to stumble. When Peter saw Jesus walking on water, he asked to join him, and for a moment he too walked on water. But when Peter looked at the wind and the waves, he began to sink. In that moment of fear, he cried out to Jesus, and immediately Jesus reached out his hand and saved him. The same is true for you. When the storms of life surround you, do not look at the waves but keep your eyes on me. I am the one who calms the storm, and I will not let you sink. Reach out to me and I will lift you up. Your faith is powerful. Even the smallest amount of faith, as small as a mustard seed, can move mountains. Do not underestimate the strength of your faith, for it is not about how much faith you have, but about who your faith is in. I am the God who moves mountains, who makes the impossible possible. When you trust in me, nothing is beyond reach. The mountains in your life, whether they are obstacles, fears, or doubts, will move when you place your faith in me. Trust that I am working even when you cannot see it. I am always working in your life, even in the quiet moments when it feels like nothing is happening. Behind the scenes, I am orchestrating events, aligning people, and opening doors that no one else can open. Trust the process even when it doesn't make sense to you. My timing is perfect and I am never late. Every promise I have made to you will come to pass in its time. Do not lose hope in the waiting, for the waiting is often where the greatest work is done. Look to Abraham, who was promised a son in his old age. Though years passed and it seemed impossible, Abraham continued to trust me. And in the fullness of time, I fulfilled my promise to him. His faith was counted to him as righteousness. In the same way, I will fulfill every promise I have made to you. Do not be discouraged by the wait. What I have spoken will come to pass, and it will be worth the wait. Hold fast to your faith, for I am faithful to my word. When you feel weak, know that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You don't have to be strong on your own. I am your strength. My grace is sufficient for you, and in your moments of weakness, I will carry you. You don't have to have it all together. I am the one who holds all things together. Lean on me and you will find the strength to endure, to overcome, and to thrive. My power is at work within you and you can do all things through me. I am your provider. There is nothing you need that I cannot supply. When you face lack or uncertainty, remember that I am Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. Just as I provided for the Israelites in the wilderness, I rain down manna from heaven to feed my people, and I will provide for your needs in ways you cannot even imagine. Trust in my provision, and do not worry about tomorrow, for I am already there, and I will meet your needs. Your life is in my hands and nothing can snatch you away from me. You are safe and secure in my love. Even in the darkest moments, I am with you, lighting the way and guiding you through. When you walk through the valley, know that I am walking with you. You are never alone and you never will be. My love surrounds you, my grace sustains you, and my peace will guard your heart and mind. Continue to trust in me, for I am faithful. You are on a journey and I am with you every step of the way. Together we will walk this path, and you will see the fulfillment of every promise I have spoken over your life. Trust in my plan, trust in my timing, and know that your future is bright because I hold it in my hands. You are loved, you are cherished, and you are never forgotten. I want you to remember that I have not forgotten a single one of my promises to you. Each one is sealed with my faithfulness, and no circumstance can alter what I have spoken over your life. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, whispering lies that make you question if my plan is still in motion. In those moments, stand firm in your faith. I have never failed you and I never will. My word is true and my timing is perfect. Everything that I have planned for you will come to pass, exactly as I intend. When you face delays or closed doors, do not be disheartened. These are not signs of rejection, but of my redirection. There are times when I close doors to protect you from things you cannot see. Trust that my hand is at work even when it feels like you are being held back. Every delay has a purpose, and often, it is in these waiting seasons that I am doing my greatest work within you. I am refining you, preparing you, and shaping your character for the greater things that lie ahead. Embrace the waiting, for it is not wasted time. It is a time of preparation for the next chapter of your journey. Look at Moses, who spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading my people to freedom. It was during those years of seeming isolation and obscurity that I was preparing him for his ultimate calling. The wilderness was not a place of abandonment, but a place of preparation. In the same way, your waiting seasons are preparing you for the fulfillment of the purpose I have set before you. Trust that I know what is best for you, and I am working all things together for your good. When you feel overwhelmed by the challenges in front of you, remember that I am greater than any obstacle. The mountains you face may seem insurmountable, but with me nothing is impossible. I am the God who parts the seas, who calms the storms, and who raises the dead to life. There is no challenge too great for me, and when you walk with me, you are walking in victory. The battles you face are not yours to fight alone. I will fight for you, and you need only to be still and trust in my power. Victory is assured not because of your strength but because of mine. David, a young shepherd boy, faced a giant that seemed undefeatable. But David didn't rely on his own strength. He relied on me. With faith in his heart and a stone in his hand, he defeated Goliath not because of his own ability, but because of my power working through him. In the same way, the giants in your life will fall when you place your trust in me. Do not be intimidated by the size of your challenges. Instead, focus on the greatness of your God. I am with you and I will see you through every battle. There will be moments when fear tries to paralyze you, making you feel like you are not capable or worthy of the calling I have placed on your life. But remember this, I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called. You are enough because I am enough. Your worth is not determined by your past mistakes, your insecurities, or your weaknesses. I chose you knowing everything about you, and I have a plan that is perfectly tailored to who you are. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and I have equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Think of Gideon, who doubted his ability to lead because he saw himself as the least in his family and tribe. Yet I called him to be a mighty warrior and lead Israel to victory. Despite his doubts, I was with him, and through my power, Gideon defeated an army far larger than his own. In the same way, I see potential in you that you may not see in yourself. Trust in my calling on your life, and do not be afraid to step into the roles I have set before you. I will give you the strength, wisdom, and courage you need to succeed. When you feel weak or inadequate, remember that my power is made perfect in your weakness. I do not expect you to be perfect or to have it all together. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for a willing heart. When you bring me your weakness, I will fill you with my strength. Where you feel lacking, I will provide in abundance. My grace is sufficient for you, and it will carry you through every trial, every obstacle, and every challenge. I want you to know that I see you. I see every tear you have cried, every prayer you have whispered in the quiet moments when no one else is around. I see the desires of your heart, the dreams you are afraid to speak out loud. Nothing is hidden from me, and I care deeply about every detail of your life. You are not forgotten or overlooked. You are precious to me, and I am working in ways you cannot yet see to bring those dreams to life. Trust in my timing, for I am always on time, and I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Remember Hannah, who longed for a child and prayed fervently for me to fulfill the desire of her heart. For years she waited, but I had not forgotten her. In my perfect timing, I blessed her with a son, Samuel, who would go on to be a great prophet. Just as I did for Hannah, I will do for you. I hear your prayers, and I am working to bring about the desires of your heart in my time. Do not lose hope, for I am faithful to fulfill my promises. I also want you to know that the pain you have experienced will not be wasted. I am the God who brings beauty from ashes, who turns mourning into dancing. Every wound, every heartbreak, every disappointment, none of it is wasted in my hands. I will use even the hardest moments of your life to shape you into the person I have created you to be. I will take your pain and transform it into purpose. What the enemy meant for harm, I will turn for good. Your story is not over, and the best is yet to come. Joseph, after being sold into slavery and unjustly imprisoned, could have easily given up hope. But through every trial, I was with him, preparing him for a greater purpose. In the end, Joseph rose to a position of great influence, and he was able to save many lives, including his own family, during a time of famine. What was intended to harm him, I used for good. The same is true for you. The pain and challenges you have faced will not define you. They will refine you and prepare you for the greater things I have in store. I want to remind you that I am your healer. There is no wound too deep that I cannot heal. Whether it is physical, emotional, or spiritual pain, I am the God who heals. Bring your pain to me and I will bring restoration. Just as I healed the blind, the lame, and the brokenhearted in the days of old, I am still healing today. Do not be afraid to come to me with your hurts. I will bind up your wounds and bring you to a place of wholeness and peace. My love for you is unchanging. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and there is nothing you can do to make me love you less. My love for you is perfect, unconditional, and eternal. Rest in that love. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your life. When you are secure in my love, you will find the strength to face anything that comes your way. As you continue on this journey, remember that you are never alone. I am always with you, guiding you, protecting you, and loving you. Every step you take is a step closer to the fulfillment of the destiny I have for you. Trust in me, for I am faithful, and I will complete the good work I have begun in you. When Jesus walked the earth, he demonstrated my love in every word, every action, and every miracle. He reached out to the broken, the outcast, and the hurting, showing them that they were not forgotten or unloved. In the same way, I reach out to you today. You are not forgotten. You are not unloved. I see you and I love you with an everlasting love. Let that truth sink deep into your heart. You are loved beyond measure, and nothing can ever change that. There will be times when the world feels like a harsh place, when it seems like love is hard to find, and when the voices around you are filled with negativity and fear. In those moments, come back to my love. Let it be your refuge, your source of strength, and your anchor in the storm. My love will never fail you, and it will carry you through every trial, every heartache, and every challenge you face. You are not defined by your past. The mistakes you have made, the failures you have experienced, do not determine your future. I am the God of redemption, and I specialize in taking what is broken and making it whole again. No matter how far you feel you have strayed, My arms are always open to welcome you back. There is no sin too great, no failure too final, that my grace cannot cover. I am the God of second chances, and I will always give you the opportunity to start anew. Think of the prodigal son, who left his father's house and squandered his inheritance in reckless living. When he hit rock bottom, he thought he was unworthy to return home, but when he did, his father ran to him with open arms. The father did not shame him or reject him. Instead, he welcomed him with a celebration. In the same way I welcome you. No matter where you have been or what you have done, I am always ready to receive you with open arms. My grace is sufficient, and my love for you is unshakable. I want you to know that there is always hope. Even in the darkest of times, when it feels like the light is fading and the future is uncertain, there is always hope in me. I am the God of hope, and I am working all things together for your good. When you place your hope in me, you are placing it in the one who has overcome the world. No situation is beyond my ability to redeem. No heart is too broken for me to heal. No dream is too far gone for me. It may be steep, but you are not alone. My presence is your constant companion, and my light will guide your way, even when you cannot see the road ahead. Remember the words of the prophet Isaiah, who declared, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." These words are true for you today. The challenges you face may feel overwhelming, like floods that threaten to drown you or fires that seek to consume you. But I am with you in the midst of it all. The waters will not overcome you and the flames will not destroy you. I am your protector, your shield, and your ever-present help in times of trouble. You are stronger than you think because my strength is within you. Do not let the weight of your circumstances cause you to forget who you are in me. You are more than a conqueror through Christ who loves you. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead. Know that you can face whatever comes your way because I am your source of strength. You don't have to rely on your own ability. Let the storms around you cause you to lose focus. As long as you are looking to me, you will walk in the strength and power I have given you. Even if you stumble, I will be there to lift you up, just as I did for Peter. You are called to live a life of bold faith, a faith that steps out into the unknown, trusting that I am with you every step of the way. Faith is not the absence of fear, it is the courage to move forward in spite of fear, knowing that I am your foundation. When you trust in me, you can step out of the boat and walk on the waters of uncertainty. You can take risks knowing that I will catch you if you fall. You can pursue the dreams I have placed in your heart, knowing that I am the one who has called you, and I will equip you for the journey. I want you to know that your life has a purpose far greater than you can imagine. You were created for a reason. Consider Esther, a young woman who was placed in a position of influence for such a time as this. Every great work starts with a small step of faith. The seeds you plant today, even the ones that seem insignificant, will grow into something beautiful in time. Trust the process. I am the God of the harvest, and I will bring forth fruit in your life at the appointed time. Just as a farmer must patiently wait for the seeds he plants to grow, you must also trust that the seeds of faith, love, and obedience you are planting will bear fruit in due season. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Look at the story of the mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it becomes a tree large enough for birds to perch in its branches. In the same way, the small steps of faith you take today will grow into something far greater than you can imagine. Do not be discouraged by what seems small or insignificant. I am the one who gives growth, and I will multiply the work of your hands as you remain faithful to me. I want to remind you that I am always speaking to you, even in the quiet moments when it feels like my voice is silent. Sometimes you are looking for a loud, dramatic answer, but I often speak in a still, small voice. It is in the quiet, intimate moments with me that you will hear my heart. Do not be discouraged if you don't always hear me in the way you expect. I am always with you, guiding you, whispering my love and truth into your heart. Take time to be still before me and you will hear my voice. Remember the story of Elijah, who sought me in the wind, the earthquake, and the fire, but found me in the gentle whisper. I am not always found in the loud, dramatic moments of life. Often, I speak to you in the quiet places, in the stillness of your heart. Make room for those moments. Step away from the noise of the world and come into my presence. There you will find the peace, clarity, and direction you need. I am calling you into deeper intimacy with me, into a place where your heart is fully aligned with mine. The more time you spend in my presence, the more you will come to know my heart and my will for your life. You don't need to strive or perform to be close to me. I am already here waiting for you. I long for you to draw near, to bring your burdens, your questions, and even your doubts to me. There is nothing too small or too great for you to bring before me. In the quietness of our communion, you will find rest for your soul. In the same way that I walked with Adam in the cool of the garden, I desire to walk with you through every moment of your life. This relationship is not meant to be distant or transactional. It is a relationship of love and trust. I know the desires of your heart, and I am the one who placed them there. As you walk with me, I will shape those desires according to my perfect will, and you will find that the things you once longed for are being transformed into something even greater than you could have imagined. Remember the words of Psalm 37 verse 4, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." When you delight in me, when your joy and satisfaction are found in my presence, I align your desires with my own. I begin to plant dreams in your heart that are in line with my purpose for your life. You may not always understand the process, and at times it may feel like your prayers are unanswered, but trust that I am working behind the scenes, aligning everything according to my perfect timing and plan. My timing is often different from yours, but it is always perfect. There are seasons of waiting, seasons where it feels like nothing is happening, but I want you to know that waiting is not wasted time. In the waiting, I am working in ways you cannot see. I am preparing you for the next step, strengthening your faith and deepening your trust in me. The waiting season is a season of growth, even though it may not look like it on the surface. Trust that I am doing a deep work within you, preparing you for the fulfillment of the promises I have spoken over your life. Consider the story of Joseph, who had a dream of greatness at a young age, but he had to go through many trials before that dream was fulfilled. He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison, yet through it all, I was with him. Each step, though painful, was part of my plan to bring him to a place of great influence. Joseph may not have understood why he had to endure so much hardship, but in the end, he saw how I used every trial to position him for his destiny. In the same way, I am using every challenge, every delay, and every hardship in your life to shape you for the future I have for you. Do not be discouraged by the waiting. It is in the waiting that your faith is refined. It is in the waiting that you learn to trust me more deeply. When the fulfillment of my promises seems delayed, know that I am still working. My timing is perfect, and when the time is right, everything will fall into place. I am never late, and I will not fail to fulfill what I have spoken over your life. Hold on to hope, for the waiting will not last forever, and when the time comes, you will see the fruit of your faithfulness. There will be times when you face opposition, when it feels like everything is working against you. In those moments, I want you to remember that no weapon formed against you will prosper. The challenges you face are not meant to defeat you. They are opportunities for my power to be displayed in your life. You are not fighting these battles alone. I am your defender, your protector, and your shield. When you are in the midst of a storm, call out to me, and I will be your refuge. Think about David, who faced the giant Goliath with nothing but a sling and a few stones. From a human perspective, he was outmatched, but David knew that the battle was not his to fight alone. He declared, "The battle is the Lord's, and He will give you into our hands." In the same way, the battles you face are not yours to fight alone. I am with you and I will fight for you. Whether you are facing giants of fear, doubt, or opposition, know that I am greater than any obstacle in your path. Stand firm in your faith and watch how I will bring victory in ways you never expected. There will also be moments when you feel like giving up, when the weight of life's challenges seems too heavy to bear. In those moments, remember that I am your strength. When you are weary, come to me and I will give you rest. You were never meant to carry the burdens of life on your own. I am here to lift you up, to carry you when you feel like you can't go on. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. Look at the Apostle Paul, who experienced incredible trials, yet he learned to rely on my strength. He wrote, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.' Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. In the same way, my grace is sufficient for you. You don't need to be strong on your own, for I am your strength. When you are weak, I am strong, and my power will carry you through every trial. I am calling you to persevere, to press on even when the road is difficult. There is a great reward for those who do not give up. You may not see the full picture now, but every step of faith you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of my promises. Keep your eyes on me, and do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Your faithfulness is not in vain. Every prayer, every act of love, every step of obedience is building something eternal. The journey of faith is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The struggles you face are temporary, but the rewards of a life lived in faith are eternal. You are not running this race alone. I am with you every step of the way, and I have placed people around you to support and encourage you. Lean on the community of faith I have given you. Share your burdens with one another and lift each other up in prayer. You were never meant to walk this journey alone. I want you to remember that I am the God of restoration. There is nothing in your life that is too broken for me to heal. The pain you have experienced, the losses you have endured, and the dreams that seem shattered are not the end of your story. I am the one who brings beauty from ashes, who restores what was lost, and who redeems what was broken. You may not understand why certain things have happened in your life, but know that I am always working for your good. I am able to take the broken pieces of your life and turn them into something beautiful. Consider the story of Job, who lost everything but remained faithful to me. In the end, I restored to him more than he had before. In the same way, I will restore what has been lost in your life. It may not look exactly the way you expect, but trust that I am the God who redeems and restores. What the enemy meant for evil, I will use for good. Your pain is not wasted. I will use even the hardest parts of your story for my glory and for your good. You are loved with an everlasting love. My love for you is not conditional or based on your performance. It is a love that is constant, unchanging, and immeasurable. Nothing you do can make me love you more, and nothing you do can make me love you less. You are my beloved child, and I take delight in you. When you are struggling, when you are filled with doubts, when you feel like you are not enough, come to me and rest in my love. Let my love be your source of strength, your comfort, and your refuge. I sent my Son Jesus to show you the fullness of my love. He gave his life for you so that you could be reconciled to me. There is no greater love than this. When you feel unworthy or unloved, remember the cross. It is the ultimate expression of my love for you. You are worth everything to me, and I have already paid the highest price for you. You are redeemed, forgiven, and made new because of my great love for you. Let that truth sink deep into your heart. You are not defined by your past mistakes or your current struggles. You are defined by my love for you. You are a new creation in Christ. The old has passed away and the new has come. Do not let shame or guilt hold you back from the life I have for you. You are forgiven. When you come to me in repentance, I am faithful and just to forgive your sins and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. Do not carry the weight of your past any longer, for I have already carried it for you. The cross was enough. When my Son declared, "It is finished," he meant it. Your sins are forgiven, your debt is paid, and you are free. Walk in that freedom, knowing that you are no longer bound by the chains of your past. Consider the story of the prodigal son, who wandered far from his father and squandered his inheritance. When he came to his senses and returned home, he expected to be rejected or treated as a servant. But his father ran to him with open arms, embracing him and celebrating his return. In the same way, I run to you with open arms when you turn back to me. There is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. I am not holding your mistakes over you, I am celebrating your return. You are my child, and nothing can separate you from my love. I want you to release the guilt and shame you've been holding on to. These are not from me. They are lies that the enemy uses to keep you from fully embracing the life I have for you. I have already set you free, and I want you to walk in the fullness of that freedom. When you feel unworthy, remind yourself of my grace. My grace power is made perfect in your weakness. You don't have to be perfect to be loved by me. I love you just as you are, and I am working in you to bring about the transformation you desire. You are being transformed day by day into the image of my Son. This is a process and it takes time, but trust that I am working in you. I am molding you, shaping you, and refining you. Sometimes the process feels uncomfortable, but know that I am using it to make you more like Jesus. I am removing the things that hinder your growth and cultivating the fruits of the Spirit in your life. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are the qualities that will shine through as you grow closer to me. Do not be discouraged by setbacks or failures. They do not define you, and they do not disqualify you from the plans I have for you. Every time you fall, I am there to pick you up. Every mistake is an opportunity for growth, for my grace to be displayed in your life. Remember, even my most faithful servants made mistakes. David, a man after my own heart, committed great sins, yet he repented and was restored. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, but he went on to become a pillar of the early church. Your failures do not define your future. My grace is greater than any mistake you could ever make. I am the God of second chances, of new beginnings. Every day is a new opportunity to walk in the fullness of the life I have given you. Don't dwell on the past or worry about the future. Focus on today and trust that I am with you in every moment. My mercies are new every morning and my faithfulness never fails. When you wake up each day, know that I am there, ready to walk with you, to guide you, and to fill your life with my presence. You are never alone. As you walk through life, you will face challenges, but know that I am using every challenge to build your character, to strengthen your faith, and to draw you closer to me. Nothing in your life is wasted. I am using it all for your good and for my glory. The pain, the struggles, the setbacks, they are all part of the story I am writing in your life. And I am a master storyteller. I know how to turn even the darkest chapters into something beautiful. Trust me with your story. I'm not finished with you yet. Remember the words of Paul in Romans 8 verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This is a promise you can hold on to. No matter what you are going through, I am working good. It may not always make sense to you in the moment, but trust that I see the bigger picture. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I see the dreams in your heart, the things you long for but may be afraid to pursue. I placed those dreams within you for a reason. Do not be afraid to step out in faith and pursue the calling I have placed on your life. You may feel inadequate or unqualified, but I am the one who qualifies you. I do not call the equipped, I equip the called. If I have called you to something, I will provide everything you need to accomplish it. Do not let fear or self-doubt hold you back from stepping into the destiny I have for you. Think of Moses, who doubted his ability to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. He felt unqualified and fearful, but I chose him for that task and I was with him every step of the way. In the same way I am with you. You don't have to have all the answers or be the most talented or qualified person in the room. All I ask is that you trust me and step out in faith. When you take that first step, you will see how I will move on your behalf, opening doors, providing resources, and giving you the strength you need. Do not be afraid of failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey to success. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become more resilient. I am not concerned with your mistakes. I am concerned with your heart. As long as your heart is turned toward me, I will guide you through every failure and use it for your good. Do not let the fear of failure stop you from pursuing the dreams I have placed in your heart. There is no limit to what you can do when you are walking in faith and trusting in me. I have placed greatness within you not for your own glory but for mine. I want to use your life to display my power, my love, and my grace to the world. You may feel small or insignificant at times, but know that in my hands you are mighty. I can take what the world sees as weak and use it to accomplish great things. Trust in my ability, not your own. I want you to live with boldness, to step out in faith, knowing that I am with you. You do not need to fear the future, for I am already there. I know the plans I have for you and they are good. Even when things don't go the way you expect, trust that I am still in control. I am weaving together every part of your life into a beautiful tapestry, and when you look back you will see how everything, every joy, every pain, every success and every failure, was part of my plan to bring you to the place I have prepared for you. You are my masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which I prepared in advance for you to do. You have a unique purpose and no one else can fulfill it the way you can. The world needs the gifts and talents I have placed within you. Do not hide them out of fear or insecurity. Step into the fullness of who I created you to be, and let your light shine. You are not meant to live in the shadows. You are meant to be a light in the world, reflecting my love and truth to those around you. I want you to know that I am proud of you. You may not always feel like you are making a difference, but every act of faith, every step of obedience, every moment of kindness is seen by me. You are making a difference even when you don't see it. You are planting seeds that will bear fruit in time. Keep going, keep trusting, and keep believing that I am working in and through you. You are on a journey that I have carefully designed for you, and I am walking with you every step of the way. You may not always understand why certain things happen, but trust that I see the bigger picture. Each moment, every decision, and every step forward is part of a divine plan that is unfolding in ways you cannot fully comprehend. I am shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for greater things than you can imagine. When life feels overwhelming, when the weight of your responsibilities and struggles presses in on you, I want you to remember that I am your refuge. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Come to me and I will give you rest. I will renew your strength, just as I promised in Isaiah 40 verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. When you place your hope in me, I will lift you up above your circumstances and give you the strength to keep going. There will be days when you feel like you have nothing left to give, when the challenges you face seem too great. But even in those moments, I am with you and my grace will sustain you. I am not asking you to rely on your own strength. I am asking you to lean on mine. My power is limitless and I am always ready to supply what you need. You don't have to be afraid of running out of strength because I will replenish you. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. When you feel lost, I will be your guide. Do not let fear dictate your choices. Fear is a tool the enemy uses to keep you from stepping into the fullness of what I have for you. But I have not given you a spirit of fear. I have given you a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. When fear tries to creep in, remind yourself of this truth. You are not powerless and you are not alone. I am with you and I have equipped you with everything you need to overcome fear. Take courage, for I am your strength and I will never leave you. You are stronger than you think, not because of your own abilities, but because of my power that is at work within you. There is nothing you cannot face with me by your side. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. When you are faced with obstacles that seem insurmountable, remember that I am greater than anything you will ever face. I have already overcome the world and you too are more than a conqueror through me. When the road ahead seems uncertain, when you don't know what the future holds, trust that I do. I am already in your future, preparing the way for you. You don't need to have all the answers right now. All I ask is that you trust me and take the next step. I will light your path one step at a time. You don't have to see the whole picture to move forward. Faith is about trusting me even when you can't see the outcome. As you step out in faith, I will guide you, provide for you, and open doors that no one can shut. There will be times when the path I lead you on looks different from what you expected. You may wonder why certain doors have closed or why certain opportunities have passed you by. But remember, I see what you cannot see. I am not withholding good things from you. I am preparing the best for you. Sometimes what looks like a closed door is actually a redirection toward something greater. Trust that my plans for you are good, even when they don't align with your own expectations. I am always working for your good, and I am always leading you toward a future filled with hope. I want you to live in the freedom that comes from trusting me fully. When you surrender your plans, your fears, and your anxieties to me, you open the door to a life of peace and joy. I did not create you to live in constant worry or stress. I created you to live in my peace. As you learn to trust me more, you will experience that peace in deeper and more profound ways. This peace is not dependent on your circumstances. It comes from knowing that I am in control, and that I am working all things together for your good. Look at the birds of the air, how they do not sow or reap or store away in barns, yet I feed them. And you are worth so much more than they are. If I care for the birds, how much more will I care for you? You don't need to worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. Trust in my provision, and know that I will supply all your needs according to my riches and glory. I am your provider, and I will not let you lack any good thing. As you walk this journey of faith, I want you to be aware of my presence in every moment. I am not a distant or far-off God. I am near to you. I am with you when you wake up in the morning, when you go about your day, and when you lay down to sleep at night. I am always with you, guiding you, comforting you, and giving you strength. You don't have to do life on your own. I am here, walking with you every step of the way. When you face trials and difficulties, know that I am with you in the midst of them. I am not absent in your pain. I am present, holding you, comforting you, and working through even the hardest situations to bring about good. You may not always see my hand at work in the moment, but trust that I am there. I am turning your pain into purpose, your trials into testimonies, and your struggles into strength. Nothing in your life is wasted. I am using it all to make you more like my son. I want you to know that you are never alone. Even when you feel isolated or forgotten, I am with you. I see you. I hear you. I know the cries of your heart, and I am with you in every moment. You are not invisible to me. I know your name, and I have called you my own. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands, and I will never forget you. You are precious to me, and I delight in you. When the world tries to tell you that you are not enough, remember that you are more than enough in me. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others or by the standards of this world. Your worth is found in me. I created you, I love you, and I have a purpose for your life. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and nothing can change that. You are my masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which I prepared in advance for you to do. So stand firm in your identity as my beloved child. Do not let the lies of the enemy or the pressures of this world make you doubt who you are in me. You are chosen, you are loved, and you are called. I have a plan for your life that is greater than anything you could imagine. Trust me and let me lead you into the fullness of that plan. You are not defined by your past, your failures, or your mistakes. You are defined by my love and my grace. I have redeemed you, I have called you by name, and you are mine. Let go of the guilt, the shame, and the self-doubt, and step into the freedom I have given you. You are free because the Son has set you free, and when He sets you free, you are free indeed. So live in that freedom. Walk in that freedom. Let my love and my grace empower you to be all that I created you to be. There is so much more ahead for you, and I am excited to walk this journey with you. Trust me and watch how I will work in your life in ways you never thought possible. I want you to see how deeply I care for you, how intimately I am involved in your life. Every detail matters to me. I know the number of hairs on your head. I know your thoughts before you speak them. There is nothing about you that escapes my attention. I am fully aware of your joys, your sorrows, your hopes, and your fears. I rejoice when you rejoice, and I am close to you when your heart is broken. You are never out of my sight, and you are never out of my care. When you go through difficult seasons, when it feels like the world is crashing down around you, I want you to remember that I am your fortress, your shelter, and your shield. Run to me when you are weary, and I will give you rest. Run to me when you are afraid, and I will protect you. I am a strong tower, and you can take refuge in me. You do not have to face the storms of life alone. I am your ever-present help in times of trouble. Even in the valley of the shadow of death, I am with you, and my rod and staff will comfort you. There will be times when the journey feels long and the road ahead seems uncertain. You may wonder why certain things are happening or why answers to your prayers seem delayed. But know this, my timing is perfect. I am never late and I am never in a hurry. I am working in ways that you cannot see, preparing you for the right time, the right place, and the right opportunities. Just as I make everything beautiful in its time, I am making your life beautiful according to my divine schedule. Look, trees change, how the flowers bloom. Harvest comes after the planting and growing season. In the same way, your life is unfolding according to my perfect timing. There are seasons of growth, seasons of waiting, and seasons of harvest. Do not despise the waiting seasons, for it is in those times that I am doing a deep work in your heart, preparing you for the things I have planned. Trust that the waiting is not wasted, it is a crucial part of the process. In the story of Abraham, I gave him a promise, but it took many years for that promise to come to fruition. During that time, Abraham had to trust me, even when it seemed like nothing was happening. He faced doubts, he made mistakes, but through it all, he held on to my promise. And in the end, I fulfilled my word. I am faithful, and my promises to you are sure. They may not come to pass in the way or the timing you expect, but they will come to pass. Trust that I am not slow in keeping my promises as some understand. Rather, I am working everything out for your good. As you walk this journey of faith, I want you to cultivate a heart of gratitude. There is power in thanksgiving. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, your perspective changes. You begin to see my hand at work in the small details of your life, and your heart becomes more open to receive the blessings I have for you. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right, from what is missing to what is present. In every situation, give thanks, for this is my will for you in Christ Jesus. Even in difficult times, there is always something to be thankful for. The very breath in your lungs is a gift from me. The ability to see, hear, walk, and speak are all blessings that many take for granted. When you cultivate a spirit of gratitude, you will begin to see my goodness all around you, even in the midst of trials. Your heart will be filled with peace, and your mind will be set on things above, rather than the worries and cares of this world. When the Israelites were wandering in the wilderness, they often complained and grumbled, forgetting all the miracles I had done for them. They forgot how I had delivered them from Egypt, how I had parted the Red Sea, and how I had provided manna from heaven. Instead of focusing on my provision, they focused on their discomfort. Their lack of gratitude led to doubt and fear, and as a result, they wandered for 40 years. I don't want the same trap. Remember what I have done for you and let your heart be filled with thanksgiving. You may not always understand my ways, but I want you to trust that I am good. My goodness never changes and my love for you is steadfast. When you are tempted to doubt, remind yourself of my faithfulness in the past. I have never failed you and I never will. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My love for you does not waver, and my plans for you are filled with hope and a future. Even when life feels uncertain, I remain your constant, your anchor in the storm. I know that the world can feel chaotic at times. There is so much noise, so many distractions, so many voices competing for your attention. But in the midst of it all, I want you to quiet your heart and listen to my voice. My sheep hear my voice and I know them and they follow me. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to follow me. I will guide you step by step through the noise and confusion, and I will lead you to still waters and green pastures. When the world tells you to hurry, to strive, to compete, I want you to rest in me. You are not in a race against others. You are on a journey with me. I have set the pace for your life, and it is not one of frantic striving, but of steady, purposeful progress. I do not measure your worth by your productivity or accomplishments. I measure it by my love for you, and that love is unconditional. You don't have to earn my love or approval. You already have it. So rest in that truth and let go of the need to prove yourself to anyone, including yourself. I want you to live from a place of rest, not striving. There is a difference between working hard and striving. Working hard is good and necessary, but striving comes from a place of fear and insecurity, of trying to earn what has already been freely given. I want you to work with joy, knowing that your efforts are an offering to me, not a means of proving your worth. I want you to trust that I am working with you, that you are not alone in your efforts. As you align your work with my will, I will bless the work of your hands and bring fruitfulness to your labor. Look at how I care for the lilies of the field, how they grow without toil or striving, yet Solomon in all his splendor was not dressed like one of these. If I care for the flowers, how much more will I care for you? You are far more valuable to me than the flowers or the birds, and I am committed to your well-being. Trust in my provision, and know that I will meet all your needs according to my riches and glory. There will be times when I call you to step out in faith, to take risks, to go beyond your comfort zone. When that happens, do not be afraid. I am with you and I will not let you fail. I will equip you for every task I set before you, and I will give you the wisdom and strength you need to succeed. You may not feel ready, but know that I have already prepared you. I have been working behind the scenes, orchestrating events and preparing opportunities for you. When the time comes to step forward, I will be there, leading and guiding you every step of the way. Trust me even when the path seems unclear. I am the light that guides your way. My word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. As you spend time with me in prayer and in my word, you will gain clarity and understanding. I will reveal my will to you, and I will give you the peace that comes from knowing you are walking in alignment with my plans. You don't have to have all the answers right now, just trust that I am leading you in the right direction. You are not alone in this journey. I have placed people in your life to support you, encourage you, and walk alongside you. Do not isolate yourself when times get tough. Reach out to the community I have given you and let them help carry your burdens. I created you for relationship, both with me and with others. You were not meant to do life alone. So lean on the people I have placed in your life, and let them be a source of strength and encouragement. I have also given you my Spirit, who lives within you to guide you, comfort you, and empower you. You are not walking this journey in your own strength. You are walking in the power of my Spirit. He will give you the wisdom, strength, and courage you need to face whatever comes your way. Listen to his promptings, and trust that he is leading you according to my will. As you continue to walk this path, know that I am always with you and I will never leave you. My presence is your constant companion, and my love for you is unshakable. In moments of doubt or uncertainty, remember that I am your rock and your fortress. I will not waver or fail you, and I am always here to catch you when you fall. Even when you stumble, I will lift you back up. My grace covers you, and my mercies are new every morning. When you feel weak or unworthy, lean into my love, for it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. As you move forward, I want you to embrace the journey with a heart of expectancy. Expect great things from me, for I am a God who loves to bless my children abundantly. I am not limited by your circumstances or by what you see in the natural. I am limitless in my ability to provide and bless. When you pray, believe that I can do immeasurably more than all you ask or imagine. Hold on to hope, even when the odds seem stacked against you, for I am the God of the impossible. I can turn your situation around in an instant. Life may present challenges, but remember that those challenges are opportunities for growth and transformation. I will use every trial to refine you, to shape you into the person I have called you to be. Just as gold is refined in the fire, so too will you be refined through your struggles. Embrace these times, for they are a part of my divine purpose in your life. When you emerge on the other side, you will be stronger, wiser, and more like Christ. In those moments when you feel overwhelmed, take a step back and breathe. Center yourself in my presence. Spend time in my word and let my truth wash over you. When the world's noise becomes too loud, return to the quiet place of prayer. Let me be your refuge where you can find peace amidst chaos. I am always available, waiting for you to turn your heart towards me. In that stillness, you will find clarity, strength, and renewed hope. Remember that you are a work in progress. Perfection is not the goal, growth is. There will be times when you falter or feel like you're not measuring up. But I want you to know that my love for you is not based on your performance. It is unconditional and everlasting. I see your heart, your desires, and your willingness to seek me, and that is what matters most. Continue to pursue me, even when you feel like you've missed the mark, for I am always ready to welcome you back with open arms. Your past does not define you. It has shaped you, yes, but it does not determine your future. I have a bright and beautiful future for you, filled with hope and promise. Let go of the chains of regret and shame, for I have set you free. Walk in that freedom and embrace the new life I have for you. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are a beloved child of the Most High, created for a purpose. As you journey forward, I want you to be bold in your faith. Step out and share the hope and love that I have poured into your heart. There are others who need to hear your story, who need to know that they are not alone in their struggles. Your testimony has the power to inspire and uplift others. Do not hold back. Be a beacon of light in a world that so desperately needs it. Share my love, grace, and truth with those around you, for you may be the answer to someone's prayer. You are equipped to do good works, and I have placed unique gifts and talents within you. Use them to glorify me and to serve others. Don't underestimate the impact you can have, even in small acts of kindness or encouragement. Every time you show love, compassion, and generosity, you are reflecting my heart to the world. Let your light shine brightly, for you were created to make a difference. Trust in my promises. They are a firm foundation upon which you can build your life. When you feel unsure, turn to my word and remind yourself of what I have said. My promises are yes and amen. They are trustworthy and true. Cling to them and let them anchor your soul during turbulent times. You can trust that I am faithful to fulfill every promise I have made to you. The journey of faith is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Embrace the ups and downs, for they are part of your story. I am writing a beautiful narrative through your life, one that will reflect my glory and goodness. Be patient with yourself as I unfold this story. Trust the process and remain faithful, knowing that every chapter is important. You are not merely surviving, you are thriving in me. Each day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to draw closer to my heart. Take time to enjoy the beauty of life, the little things that often go unnoticed. Find joy in the mundane, and remember that my presence is with you in every moment. Live with a heart full of gratitude and an attitude of joy, for this is the life I have called you to. As you walk in faith, you will encounter challenges that test your resolve. But I want you to know that these tests are not meant to defeat you. They are meant to strengthen you. When you face trials, consider it pure joy, for the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Let that perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Your struggles are shaping you into a vessel of honor, ready to be used for my glory. Even in moments of despair, remember that hope is alive within you. I have given you a hope that cannot be extinguished, a hope that is anchored in my promises. When the storms of life rage, hold on to that hope tightly. It will sustain you and keep you moving forward. I am your hope, your anchor in the storm, and I will never let you go. I will bring you through every trial and challenge you face. When you feel overwhelmed, come to me with your burdens. Cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you deeply. You do not have to carry the weight of your worries alone. I invite you to lay them at my feet and trust that I am working on your behalf. I am a good father who delights in caring for his children. Your concerns matter to me, and I will take care of them. I'm not just your God, I am your Father. I long for you to know the depth of my love for you. I want you to feel my embrace, to know that you are safe in my arms. I have a heart full of compassion for you, and I understand your struggles. I walked among you in the flesh, experiencing the same challenges you face. I know what it is to feel pain, disappointment, and fear. I am with you in your struggles, and I will provide the comfort you need. Trust in my ability to transform your life. I can take the broken pieces of your life and make something beautiful from them. I am the God who turns ashes into beauty and mourning into dancing. Whatever you are facing, I can bring healing and restoration. Let me into the broken places of your heart. I am here to mend what is torn and to bring hope to the hopeless. I want you to know that your identity is found in me. You are not defined by your achievements, your failures, or the opinions of others. You are my child, and that is where your worth lies. You have been chosen, called, and set apart for a purpose. Embrace your identity as my beloved, and let it shape how you see yourself and how you live your life. There will be seasons of waiting in your life. You may find yourself in a place where it feels like nothing is happening, where your prayers seem unanswered. During these times, I want you to trust me and remain faithful. Waiting is not wasted time. It is an opportunity to grow in faith and dependence on me. Use this time to draw closer to me, to seek my face, and to listen for my voice. I am at work even when you cannot see it, and I will bring forth the fruit of your faithfulness in due time. As you navigate the uncertainties of life, remember that I am a God of hope. I have a future for you that is filled with promise. Even when circumstances seem bleak, hold on to the hope that I have placed within you. I am able to bring good out of any situation. I will work all things together for your good, for those who love me and are called according to my purpose. You can trust in my sovereignty and know that I am in control. Your journey may not always be easy, but I promise you it will always be worth it. Embrace the adventure of faith with open arms. There will be mountains to climb, valleys to walk through, and obstacles to overcome, but I will be with you every step of the way. Trust in my goodness, and know that I am always leading you toward a life of abundance and fulfillment. As you step out in faith, you will discover the incredible plans I have for you, and you will experience the joy and peace that comes from living in my presence. Life is a beautiful journey, filled with twists and turns that may not always make sense. Yet, in every season, I am weaving a tapestry of grace, mercy, and purpose through your life. Trust the path I have laid before you, even when the way seems unclear. Each step you take is a step toward the destiny I have designed for you. Embrace the adventure. Seek to hold you captive. I have not given you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind. Stand strong in that truth and let it empower you to face whatever comes your way. You may find yourself questioning your worth and abilities. Self-doubt can be a formidable enemy, whispering lies that undermine your confidence and hinder your potential. In those moments, remember who you are in me. You are wonderfully made, crafted with purpose and intention. I have equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your calling. Do not compare yourself to others. Instead, focus on the unique gifts I have given you. Use them boldly for my glory, and watch as I multiply your efforts beyond what you can imagine. As you navigate this life, there will be challenges that test your faith. It is in these moments that your character is forged and your faith is strengthened. Embrace these trials, for they are opportunities to grow deeper in your trust and reliance on me. Just as a seed must break open to produce a beautiful flower, so too must you endure the challenges of life to emerge stronger and more vibrant. I am with you in every struggle, guiding you, holding you, and leading you toward victory. You are not defined by your failures or mistakes. They are not the end of your story, they are simply chapters that contribute to the greater narrative I am writing. Embrace the lessons learned, and allow them to shape you into the person I have called you to be. I can use even your missteps for my glory. Trust that I can turn your scars into stories of redemption, inspiring others who are walking similar paths. In the midst of life's chaos, find solace in my presence. It is in quiet moments spent with me that you will discover peace and clarity. Set aside distractions and intentionally create space to hear my voice. I long to speak to you, to guide you, and to pour my love into your heart. When you feel weary, come to me and rest. I will renew your strength and you will soar on wings like eagles. Your spirit will be rejuvenated as you bask in my goodness and grace. As you learn to trust in my divine plan, you will begin to see how every detail of your life fits into the grand design I have created. You are a vital part of my masterpiece and I have placed you in this world for a reason. Do not underestimate the impact you can have. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every moment of love has the potential to change lives. Be bold in your faith and in your actions. Let my light shine through you, illuminating the darkness around you. I want you to live with a sense of purpose and intentionality. Each day is a gift, an opportunity to make a difference. Wake up with a heart full of gratitude, ready to embrace the day ahead. Seek to bless those around you, to uplift them with your words and actions. In doing so, you will find that you are not only a blessing to others but also to yourself. The joy that comes from serving others is a reflection of my love flowing through you. When faced with difficult decisions, seek my guidance and wisdom. I will provide clarity when you ask for it. Don't rush to conclusions or make choices based solely on your understanding. Take time to pray, to listen, and to discern my will for your life. I will lead you down paths of righteousness for my name's sake. You can trust that as you continue this journey, I want you to embrace the power of prayer. As you continue this journey, I want you to embrace the power of prayer. Your prayers are powerful and effective, and they move mountains. Your prayers are powerful and effective, and they move mountains. Do not underestimate